The end of the 2024 season felt like a bad dream. The Arizona Cardinals finished with a losing record and no shot at the playoffs. It was a familiar script, glimmer of hope to begin the season and a collapse towards the end. Their fate was sealed in week 16. An overtime loss against the Panthers slammed the door shut. But what if heartbreak was the turning point? Because this offseason, the Cardinals just didn't regroup, they responded. And it wasn't quiet, it wasn't cautious, and it looked like revenge. A new mindset, a reloaded roster, and one mission. Let's get into it.
To understand where the Cardinals are going, you have to look at the frustrating journey of where they've been. Let's not sugarcoat it. The 2024 season was a failure born from promise. At one point, the team was actually leading the NFC West, looking like a real contender. But then, the inconsistency set in. The Cardinals stumbled down the stretch, going just 2-4 in their final 6 games, a slide that knocked them out of the playoff picture for good with an 8-9 record. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a pattern. The defense, which had moments of dominance, struggled to get key stops in critical games. Offensively, the frustration was even more pointed. Quarterback Kyler Murray played in all 17 games for the first time since 2020, putting up solid numbers: 3,851 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, plus another 572 yards and 5 scores on the ground. And a huge bright spot was the emergence of rookie phenom Marvin Harrison Jr., who looked every bit the part of a generational talent. But even his explosive debut couldn't translate into enough wins, which has led many to label 2025 as a make-or-break season for Kyler Murray, whose future with the team could be on the line. For the fans, it was agonizing. For the 3rd year in a row, the season ended with a losing record and no postseason. It felt like the organization was stuck. But inside that locker room, and more importantly, in the front office, something had to change. General manager Monty Ossenfort and head coach Jonathan Gannon, now entering their crucial 3rd year, knew that another season of almost wouldn't be good enough. They didn't just need to patch holes, they needed to build a machine fueled by the memory of every missed opportunity.
Before we get into how the Cardinals reloaded their roster, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this breakdown to redemption. We're covering teams that missed the playoffs last year and you don't want to miss it. Now let's get back into the Cardinals revenge tour.
This wasn't an offseason of small adjustments. This was a clear statement of intent. The Cardinals front office attacked their roster weaknesses with aggressive, targeted moves, making it clear they were done being a tough out and were ready to become a team to be feared. The number one problem was the defensive front, and they addressed it with force. First, they went out and landed one of the top edge rushers on the market, signing Josh Sweat to a 4-year deal to be the disruptive force they've been missing. But they didn't stop there. In a move that sent a message to the rest of the defense, they brought a legend home. Campbell is back in Arizona, bringing his future Hall of Fame leadership, experience, and power to the defensive line. To complete the interior demolition crew, they signed veteran nose tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, a massive anchor who will clog running lanes and eat up blockers, freeing up everyone else to attack. They even made a savvy move by re-signing pass rusher Baron Browning, betting on his explosive potential. The defensive overhaul continued in the draft. With their first-round pick, the Cardinals snagged Walter Nolen, a defensive tackle from Ole Miss with a sky-high ceiling as an interior disruptor. Then, they addressed the secondary by drafting a potential lockdown corner in Michigan's Will Johnson in the 2nd round. They spent the rest of the draft adding hungry athletic players, grabbing guys like defensive end Jordan Birch and linebackers Cody Simon and Denzel Burke to build the kind of depth that can withstand a long season. Of course, none of this matters if the offense can't hold up its end of the bargain. With the pressure squarely on Kyler Murray to deliver, the front office focused on maximizing its most dangerous weapon, the connection between Murray and his young superstar receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. To give that duo the support it needs to truly take over, they re-signed key contributors like receiver Zay Jones and breakout tight end Trey McBride, who became Murray's other favorite target. They also made the smart veteran move of signing Jacoby Brissett to be the backup quarterback, providing high-quality insurance and another experienced voice in the room. And at the heart of the offense remains its engine, James Conner. After posting back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2023 and 2024, Conner is the unquestioned leader of this team. You don't make these moves if you're just hoping to be competitive. You make these moves when you're planning on taking what's yours. With a retooled roster and a renewed sense of purpose, the 2025 schedule isn't just a series of games, it's a hit list. This is the revenge tour, and every week is a chance to settle a score. The road to redemption runs directly through the NFC West. For years, the Cardinals have been looking up at the top of the division. Not anymore. The mission to re-establish the pecking order will get an early primetime test. In Week 4, the Cardinals face the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football, a showdown broadcast on Prime Video that will put their new identity on display for the entire league. But the biggest divisional test might be saved for the end of the season. The Cardinals don't get a shot at the Los Angeles Rams until Week 14, and then again in the regular season finale in Week 18. Those late-season clashes are set up to be high-stakes, revenge-fueled games that could very well decide the division crown and playoff seeding. It's a chance for Arizona to look the Rams in the eye and fight for the throne, and then there's the one game that should be circled on the calendar. Week 2, the Carolina Panthers come to town. It doesn't matter what their record is. The memory of that overtime loss in 2024, the loss that officially killed their season, has to be fresh. That game isn't just about getting a win, it's about exercising a demon. It's the most personal stop on the entire tour. The tour will also test this new-look roster against some of the league's other powerhouses, and they'll have to do it in the national spotlight again. In Week 9, all eyes will be on Arizona as they face the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football, a true test of their contender status broadcast on ESPN and ABC. The message from the organization is clear. They are not hiding from their past failures. They are hunting them down, one by one.
This team feels different. The roster is deeper and the talent is undeniable, and the motivation is personal. After 3 straight seasons of falling short, the Cardinals have turned that frustration into fuel. Now they're out to remind the NFL what this team is capable of. The goal isn't just to make the playoffs anymore, it's to make a statement. After years of being told they're almost good enough, the Cardinals are done waiting. They're coming to collect. But what do you think of the Cardinals heading into 2025? Which game on the revenge tour are you most hyped for? And which new player will make the biggest impact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're riding with BirdGang in 2025, hit that like button. And hit subscribe as we deep dive into teams that missed the playoffs last year. Thank you for watching Revenge Room.